Okay, Matt. So today we're going to talk about a site called RepDigger.com. And I'm going to switch over real quick and just read sort of their byline from their website. It says, a critical examination of doubtful claims. RepDigger reviews niche products and services to help you get through these challenging times. So I have to wonder, first of all, is that true? Like, do they have a staff of people who are going out and doing independent reviews of products and people? Do you know?
I'm inclined to say no, maybe a little bit. Maybe if something is so absurd, they might not let it go through. But I've had a few clients on that site, and most of the clients I had were good businesses doing good things. And I remember the handful of them, the claims were outrageous, and it smelled like a competitor just going after them. And the site went live. They didn't care. And you guys kind of like the Yelp point of view too. Like Yelp, their attitude is they can't be the judge on every single review, or they would just be overwhelmed. And they do have like a moderation process, but I imagine it's something like that with RepDigger. It's so loosey goosey, and just they quickly skim it. Otherwise, they'd be bogged down in so much text to read. And
Yeah,
the big thing too is the site doesn't do advertising. There's no Google AdSense on or anything like that. So they're not bringing in tons of money, let's presume. How they are bringing in money, it seems like, is you can pay your way out of this. And they don't obviously advertise it just because, you don't want to blatantly advertise you're taking money for removal. But yeah, so that's how they make their
well,
money.
you mentioned that you can pay your way out of it, and they don't advertise that fact. So if they were to blatantly advertise that, hey, contact us for removal, and it's going to cost X amount, do we know, would Google look at that and take action on it?
They would. They
And
would
by
shut the site down.
okay,
So what
so
these a
when
lot of these companies do nowadays is that are pay to play removals. If Google sees that advertised, they will shut the site down. So they have to go through companies like us that they trust, or that they can have a buffer.
and when you say Google will shut the site down, does that mean that they just, no index the site so that it doesn't,
Exactly. Yeah. They just
so the
blacklist
site
it.
so the site
They,
still exists, but it won't appear ever in search results?
yeah, they can't delete the site, but they would just make it not rank on, page 1 through 100.
Yeah. Well, it must be challenging for Google staff to go through and look at all these extortionist sites and decide which one is, legit and which one's not, which one's extortionist.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing this 15 years, and I've seen a lot of sites come and go. And the sites that have come and gone are definitely the ones that are blatantly advertising, like, hey, pay us to remove this.
Yeah. And
So
so
they,
the RepDigger site, I mean, we don't know, but we're surmising that the only way they make money is through these removals. And I
yeah,
mean, what is a site? I wonder what kind of money a site like this generates.
that's a good question. I have no idea.
I mean,
Um,
it sounds like not enough money to hire a staff that's going to actually write legitimate, product reviews.
yeah, a lot of these sites, they are overseas, and as a result, cost of living is not as much. So if they get one business willing to pay them a few $1,000s a month, um, they're living large.
Yeah, so that's why these sites exist, because it doesn't take, much money to start a site. You figure buy a domain name, you get it hosted, you do a little web design, and then you turn it loose and you let users generate all the content for you, right?
Yeah, it's all free from there.
And then you wait for people to contact you and say, "Hey, I'm on there. I don't like what you said. Can we remove it?"
Exactly.
Wow, it's what a scam.
Yeah, I mean the ripoff report guy, he made millions. So who really knows how much these guys make? They might be doing really, really well.
Wow. Well, so I guess the moral of the story, sadly, is if you find yourself on repdata.com, maybe you've reached out to them to no avail, reach out to us. We can get you either removed from the site, or if you don't want to pay for removal, we can do a suppression of the site so that you can restore your online reputation.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.